touch upon the media propaganda of feminizing men. So I actually did an entire podcast on what happened to Hollywood and 80s action stars like Arnold, Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and of course the one and only Steven Seagal. And look at all of the so-called Hollywood heroes today. I guess we should call them protagonists. That would be the most accurate, because they're not action stars. They're not actually action heroes. I mean, they're quite girly men. I'm gonna put it on the screen in a second, if YouTube allows. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get shut down yet either. So I did an entire podcast on this. Like, this is who we have now. Now, no disrespect to Keanu Reeves. I mean, he's kinda charismatic and masculine, but he's not jacked. He's not on the level of the 80s and 90s guys. He's no Chuck Norris. He's no Arnold. He's no Seagal. And he's certainly no Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, we went from this to this. I mean, even Statham. Statham's alright. I mean, he has his moments, but again, not on the level. Look at Captain America here. I mean, look at this metrosexual here. Look at John Cena. I mean, this jacked wigger. I mean, he's not on the level of the 80s and 90s guys with his pigtails and his girly clothes. I mean, even the Hemsworths are still kind of more metrosexual than testosterone ridden. I mean, and The Rock, the less said about The Rock, the better. So that's who we have here. I mean, these are the protagonists of Hollywood. Now, I'm going to unleash another conspiracy here. What does everybody think about the 80s and 90s superstar action heroes being set up to become feminized like Arnold? Because Arnold went full woke commie.
No, screw your freedom. Screw your freedom.
Which is weird. Now, Stallone's kind of the jury's out. The jury's out on Stallone. He's made some comments. He's made some anti-woke jokes in his Tulsa King TV series, which is actually pretty solid for those who haven't seen it. It's not like the usual woke nonsense. There's actually some masculinity in it. And then, so Arnold's basically gone off the deep end. Chuck Norris, I guess, is still based. I don't know, he's so old though. And obviously Steven Seagal, still the man, and blew the whistle. Are you guys familiar with Jean-Claude Van Damme blowing the Illuminati whistle? I have no idea how we're not shut down yet, but we probably will be in a second, because I'm going to put up Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, there was an interview where he said he doesn't wear masks or do any of that nonsense. So, but that's been scrubbed from the internet. Like, I can't find it anywhere, not even on Rumble. But Jean-Claude Van Damme actually blew the whistle on the Illuminati. I think this was around 2016. So Van Damme, not a guy they could control.
Ted Cruz, qui lui c'est la droite évangélique, religieuse, etc. Et l'autre, Marco Rubio.
C'est la personne qui a dit que M. Poutine est un gangster.
Cruz.
Oui.
Oui. Alors
okay.
que Trump a dit
Continuez.
que Poutine est un type épatant.
Enfin, les débats, restons politiques, restons droits. Parce que si jamais un monsieur, il ne va pas gagner, il y a quand même les Rockefeller, les gens comme les Rothschild, les grosses familles qui dominent quand même les continents. Donc c'est même pas la France, on parle des continents. C'est des familles qui ont grandi en 1827 avec des familles à 5 garçons où ils s'expandent.
Vous parlez
des... C'est au-dessus de tout ce qu'on parle.
Oui.
Ok. Donc comme il dit, il y a les lobbyistes, il y a les gens qui se présentent aux élections.
Oui.
Et il y a des gars comme Donald Trump qui ont quoi, 10 millions d'euros.
C'est pas lui qui dépense le plus.
Enfin, il doit déclarer en Amérique, il faut qu'il montre les papiers.
En tout cas, il dépense son propre argent.
Il a peut-être plus. Mais enfin, un garçon comme ça, si moi j'ai des biens et j'ai travaillé toute ma vie pour ma famille, pour mes amis, pour un pays où je paie mes taxes. Tout ce qu'il veut, je crois d'abord, c'est protéger ses intérêts. Donc, quelqu'un qui travaille gratuit, c'est quelqu'un de dangereux. Ça veut dire qu'il protège les intérêts de son pays. Bon, c'est vrai qu'on a des problèmes avec le Middle East, mais ce qui dit dans un sens, se retirer du Middle East, c'est... Attendez, c'est leur foutre la paix. Chacun a une philosophie. Attendez, parce qu'on m'a demandé, Monsieur Van Damme, vous connaissez la politique?
Bien sûr, bien sûr.
So I'm aware about that.
Merci, Jean-Claude.
Si jamais un monsieur, il ne va pas gagner, il y a quand même les Rockefeller, les gens comme les Rothschild.
So, for those who don't speak French, these subtitles are accurate, and you can clearly hear him say Rockefeller, Rothschild, and Trump when he's talking here. And yours truly, Bruce McGuire, Je parle français un peu. I can verify what Van Damme just said in French. These subtitles are accurate. Jean-Claude Van Damme just blew the whistle on the Illuminati, on Rockefeller, Rothschild, the globalist agenda, on national television. Well, actually, Heracles, they tried not to let him talk. Did you hear? Look how panicked they get. And like, he actually told them to wait. He told them to, look how panicked. They go into panic mode as soon as he starts talking here. Look at the faces. I mean, I don't know who this lady is here. She looks flat out demonic as soon as he starts going in on the globalists. I mean, they all panicked. And then he put in the joke about aware. He said that in English, because that's kind of like a lot of interviews. He was talking about being aware in general, but he never really, I haven't seen any other interview where he literally named names here. Big families that dominate content. Look at this demon on his left. Look at, like, she's thinking, like, what are you doing? How dare you blow the whistle here on national television in France? I mean, this is insane. So, for those saying that Van Damme is under their thumbs, I tried to find that interview. If anybody has a link to the COVID interview, I mean, he shut down the goofy interviewers. It was in French, too. They asked him if he wore a mask. He's like, no. He's like, do you social distance? No. Did you stay home? No. And it was just so funny. That interview was hilarious. But Van Damme, quite based. What a savage. So they couldn't get to him, but technically, I mean, I don't know. I think he lives in the U.S., but he's from Belgium. Actually, you know what? I'm actually ashamed to say I'm not quite sure if he's a U.S. citizen or not. Let's see here. I actually can't find it. That's interesting. I wonder. And of course, Seagal, they could never get Seagal, so they blacklisted him. And obviously, if you haven't checked out the Steven Seagal series on MindShock, check that out. Check that out, because as soon as he went on Piers Morgan and blew the whistle on the Illuminati, all of a sudden, they start going after him with all these different allegations with zero police reports. And then he eventually moves to Russia. Now apparently he's training Putin's army. And he's also an ambassador to all these other countries. Steven Seagal, the man, the myth, the legend. And just a quick aside on Steven Seagal, let's look at the border situation before and after Seagal moved to Russia. So let's see here. So Seagal moves to Russia. Was it around, I believe it was around 2018. So you see, as soon as, so Seagal starts to become a border agent right around here. You see this precipitous drop? They put Seagal on the border right here. Seagal gets put on the border. Then, as soon as, so we have far less illegal immigration with Seagal stationed on Border Patrol. Then Seagal moves to Russia, and look at this gigantic spike. I mean, Trump tries to, mediate. There's only so much you could do without Seagal. But look at this Seagal drop right here. Look at the Seagal drop right here. Zetetic in the chat knows exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, who dares to cross the border with Seagal patrolling? That was the last season of his Lawman series, was the Border Patrol. Then he leaves to Russia, and all of a sudden there's this explosion on the border of illegal immigration. Lord Zed in the chat says, Bruce, they let real heroic guys be action stars, and then the exposing happens later. That's why they don't let real tough guys be action stars anymore. It's kind of crazy, too. It seems like they don't really have anything on Van Damme. I mean, look at The Rock. The Rock rose to stardom. The Rock, John Cena. And then all of a sudden, now they're just woke goofs under the thumb of the powers that be. Whereas, you got Van Damme blowing the whistle on the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds on national television in France. You got Steven Seagal blowing the whistle on Piers Morgan. Like, some of these guys you cannot control. Because, like Tate demonstrated, they have the masculine energy. They're not soy infused.